Welcome back to TapRooT TV. I'm Benna Dortch, and you are...
I'm Ken Reed. Still.
I haven't seen him in 3 weeks.
I know, it's like a new guy.
It's like, who are you?
Yeah.
You've been doing a little traveling.
I have. Aloha.
All I know is aloha and mahalo. Is
that's
that right?
Mahalo.
Okay.
Yeah, that's very. Yeah, those are the only ones I know too. But those are good. Yeah. I was in. I had a little vacation, but then I was teaching over in Honolulu.
Yeah, a
for
little
week.
vacation, 2 weeks in Alaska.
Yeah, it was a rough course. Tough. This is their normal business dress over there. I figured I'd dress up like the business does there in Honolulu. So
I like it.
Whew, so
You learned something there.
I did.
That we want to talk about today, and
Yeah.
that's because a lot of what we talk about aims in the health and safety world in using TapRooT, and you worked with what you call a very progressive company that really had the idea about bringing in other departments and things like that. So we thought we'd talk to you today about all different areas you can use TapRooT in.
Yeah.
So tell me a little bit about what your experience was.
Yeah, so they were really cool. They're like you said, they're very progressive. They're really looking out there trying to get their health and safety programs going, but they were very clear that, hey, this isn't just for our health and safety program. And in the course that I taught, it was a 5-day course. And in that course, they made sure they had someone from HR there.
Yes.
They had an environmental lady there. She was in charge of that setup. We had some production people there. There's some quality people in that course, and then health and safety guys. And their CEO and their VPs were very clear. We want to make sure that this isn't just a little fad that we're doing here at the company. This is going to be something that we want to get out all across the company. So it was really neat.
You really like to hear that, don't you?
I love seeing that.
Yeah.
I mean, health and safety, don't get me wrong, is critical.
Right.
And that's where some of the big stuff, the bad stuff can happen. But man, when you can get everything else working properly and realizing I have problems not just in health and safety and environment, but think of all the other problems we have at our company. And I always tell people, you can use TapRooT any place people make mistakes. So
and that's everywhere.
Picture that in your head where that is.
That's everywhere.
That's not your health and safety people only. There's all kinds of people out there that need that.
Well, we talked a little bit the other day when you brought up this topic, even customer service.
Yeah, can you imagine if you keep getting phone calls about quality, hey, how come I'm having problems on Delta Airlines or on United or on this and that or whatever. Those customer complaint kind of problems, hey, those are great examples. And some of those companies I just mentioned do a great job on handling those by ensuring that they do a good root cause analysis about why our customers have an issue with something. We don't want our customers to have issues with it, so we're not doing it on purpose. So what can we do to fix that?
I think that's a really neat area for people to do, because customer service can mean everything to a company and your business.
And if your business, and this sounds silly sometimes, and I've heard this before, is if you have a problem, you actually can come out looking better when you show how you solved that problem.
Yes.
And so by showing that you're willing to improve yourself as a provider, provide and help with improving your own processes internally. It shows that you really have a commitment to our customers also. So.
Well, I like that they brought HR in.
Yeah, that was really neat. She was very clear. Hey, I'm not going to be able to do an incident from because it's all
confidentiality and stuff. Yes.
But she was involved then with one of the quality issues, and it was great. She was just fine with that. But she could see exactly where the HR kind of problems would be addressed using TapRooT. So.
Well, and you mentioned, let's see, when we were talking about this environmental releases,
right.
Medical Sentinel events,
huge. Goodness, medical community. There is so much opportunity there. They're very smart people, very sharp people, but a lot of times they've just never had any background training in root cause analysis.
Right.
So when they actually get this training and they are able to apply it, and I mean, imagine all the human error, because there's so many humans, and how difficult their job is in the medical community. And it's just really, really hard. So.
And sadly, they're there to help, and as humans, they are going to make errors, and they're sad errors. They can be incredibly tragic on many, many sides, with the person dealing with it and the patient as well. Quality
problems.
We're getting that a lot lately.
We are, and actually, Chris just finished putting together a good 2-day course that takes our normal 2-day materials and removes the the health and safety problems examples and puts quality examples in. So it's basically the same TapRooT course, but with some really good quality examples. And one of my pharmaceutical companies is using that course now as their train-the-trainer course. And,
oh, that's great.
It's really good. They're really enjoying using that. And it really helps their team because they're quality people. They're pharmaceutical manufacturing. So they are now able to focus manufacturing issues, TapRooT on those kind of issues, and when they do their training, the course is already set up that way for them, so it really works well.
Another thing you had on our prep list that before we went on with this was missed financial targets. How would something like that?
That sounds kind of weird too, doesn't it? Yeah, it's take a look at. We said we're going to budget this much money to go do this particular project, and we ran over. Why did we run over? We could look at the process that we set up. That was our budgeting process.
Yeah.
See where our failures were. See where in that budgeting process we had issues, and then run that through our root cause analysis. And you can put root cause tree on financial issues like that.
I love that.
It's really cool.
And when we're talking to clients about doing on-site training, this is one of those times when you really can, especially our companies that have like enterprise license and they have the ability for their whole entire company to have access.
Right, it's
things
already built into the
It's already
license.
built in. And we come and do an on-site course for you. Generally, we say our on-site courses are start at a base of 10. I mean, you can have fewer than that, but what we usually like to try to tell people is go look at your other departments. I mean, even admin people.
Right.
Anybody who's going to work with your investigators or, like we said, other departments, bring them on in. I mean, fill the class. That's what we're there for.
The larger the class, the way the pricing works, the larger the class, the less expensive it is per person, and it rapidly gets really less expensive per person when you get a larger course.
Way less expensive than a public course.
Much less than a public course.
It's very valuable. Plus, you get our undivided attention.
Exactly.
Which is nice.
You got an instructor right there on premise with you, and there's no reason not to take advantage of that instructor's expertise to get it out to the rest of your company. And if you can't get the entire quality department to come to your health and safety TapRooT course, we'll just have a couple come in, just one or two, just kind of evaluate, see if they like it. Have some of your production people come in. Have some of your equipment troubleshooting guys. Have one or two of those guys come in and see the course.
Oh yeah, we didn't even talk about
we
equipment.
didn't talk about equipment troubleshooting, did we?
No, we didn't.
Somebody ought to think about that.
They should. Maybe write a book.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Did you really say that?
I did. I did. I'm sorry. But anyway, that's how we want you to think about it. We want you to think about, all the areas. I mean, it is this one system, but it can handle so many different problems in your company. It's probably more fiscally responsible to go out and use it in all the areas of the company that you can possibly use it in.
It's almost a waste of effort not spreading it out.
I mean, why just, this one department keeps it over here to themselves and they can help everybody else. So share.
Don't tell anybody else.
Share so everybody can be successful.
Yeah.
Well, that was really cool. You did come back very excited about that course that you had and how that they were looking to just really put it out there through their whole company. Yeah. And we want you to do that too. We can come on site and teach for you. Contact us at info@taproot.com and ask us. We're happy to help you. We go everywhere in the world. I mean, there's like very, very, very few places we don't go.
I think the State Department restricts us from a couple of countries.
A couple,
but
that's
about it.
If they don't restrict us, we can get there.
Yeah.
So follow us on all of our social media platforms. I'm so happy to have you back.
Yeah, it's good to be back.
Yay.
It's really good. Yeah.
Yes. And we will be back here next Wednesday at noon, so join us then. Thanks, everybody.